the ancestors of modern elephants, were some of the largest and strangest megafaunal animals to roam the earth after the extinction of the dinosaurs. The following is a biography of 10 prehistoric elephants. Meet the prehistoric elephants of the Cenozoic era. Amebelodon was the prototypical shovel-toothed elephant of the late Miocene epoch. This giant herbivore's two lower tusks were flat, close together and close to the ground, the better to dig up semi-aquatic plants from the North American floodplains where it lived. Amebelodon likely became extinct when extended spells of dry weather restricted, and then finally eliminated, its North American grazing grounds. Ananchus looked more like a modern elephant than any of its fellow prehistoric pachyderms. This Pleistocene mammal's tusks were a whopping 13 feet long, and were probably used both to root up plants from the soft forest soil of Eurasia, and to intimidate predators. Ananchus was adapted to life in its jungle habitat, where a sure-footed touch was needed to navigate the thick undergrowth. Dinotherium wasn't directly ancestral to modern-day elephants, instead inhabiting an evolutionary side branch along with close relatives like Amebelodon and Ananchus. Amazingly, isolated populations of Dinotherium persisted into historical times, until they either succumbed to changing climatic conditions, or were hunted to extinction by early Homo sapiens. Cuvier is famous for being one of the few prehistoric elephants to have colonized South America, taking advantage of the Great American Interchange that connected North and South America a few million years ago. It seems to have been specially adapted for life in high, mountainous regions, and may have been hunted to extinction by early human settlers of the Argentinian pampas. With its shovel-toothed lower tusks which were used for scooping up vegetation from flooded swamps and lake beds. For a prehistoric elephant of the Miocene and Pliocene epochs, the two-ton Gomphotherium was remarkably widespread, taking advantage of various land bridges to colonize Africa and Eurasia from its original stomping grounds in North America. Although Moratherium wasn't directly ancestral to modern elephants, it occupied a side branch that went extinct tens of millions of years ago. This pig-sized mammal possessed enough elephant-like traits to place it firmly in the pachyderm camp. The type fossil of Moratherium was discovered in Egypt in 1901, near Lake Moeris. In evolutionary terms, Primalephus was important for being the latest common ancestor of both modern African and Eurasian elephants, and the recently extinct woolly mammoth. With its large size, distinctive tooth structure and long trunk, this prehistoric elephant was very similar to modern pachyderms, the only notable difference being the smallish shovel tusks jutting out of its lower jaw. Stegomastodon was named after its unusually complex cheek teeth, which allowed it to eat such unpachyderm-like foods as grass. Stegomastodon is one of the few ancestral elephants to have prospered in South America, where it survived until historical times. This genera made their way south during the Great American Interchange, 3 million years ago, when the Panamanian Isthmus rose up from the sea floor and connected North and South America. Its name doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, but Stegotetrabelodon may yet turn out to be one of the most important elephant ancestors ever identified. There is the earliest known evidence of elephant herding behavior, but it also shows that, millions of years ago, the dry dusty landscape of the United Arab Emirates was home to a rich assortment of megafauna mammals. Unlike its leaf-eating relative, the American mastodon, the woolly mammoth grazed on grass. Thanks to cave paintings, we know that the woolly mammoth was hunted to extinction by early humans, who coveted its shaggy coat as much as its meat. Woolly mammoths were ancestors of the modern elephant. They evolved from the genus Mammuthus, which first evolved about 5.1 million years ago in Africa. These huge shaggy beasts went extinct more than 10,000 years ago. The image of the woolly mammoth was painted on the walls of prehistoric people and have become part of our popular culture.